everyone, and welcome back to another Coaster Cheetah video. And in this video, I will be going over and talking about and discussing my full thoughts on Lightning Rod's launch being replaced by a high-speed lift hill. And this whole situation is very interesting, because I kind of expected this to happen, but not really this soon. The ride will be closing in October, and it won't open until spring of 2024. So, yeah, they are closing this thing this season, like before the season is over. And yeah, I mean, they're just completely gutting the launch, replacing with a high-speed lift hill. And apparently this is going to be a pretty quick lift hill, because it is apparently going to rise over the crest of the lift at the same speed that the launch did. So I mean, that's pretty interesting. That'll be good, because I feel like a lot of people think with the lift hill it would like make the ride layout slower and stuff, but apparently not. And I don't know, whether I believe it or not, I don't really know one way or the other. We'll just have to wait and see. But I really hope that it is the same speed, because I don't want it to be slowed down any more than it already has been over the years. And yeah, I mean, Lightning Rod, since the beginning, has just literally from day one, before it even opened, it's been having so much trouble. So it's kind of inevitable that Dollywood would do this just to, I mean, they've tried everything. They've tried to slow down the launch. They've tried to convert half the layout into steel iBox track, and still it's just so unreliable. They've taken off the front of the Zero car and only run one train on the coaster, and still it's just, yeah, it's not good at all. The downtime is enormous. This is one of the most unreliable attractions ever built. So that is an upside with this, is that hopefully it'll be way more reliable. Hopefully they can run 2 trains on this. And another thing I'd like to say is I really wish now that they would just convert the whole thing into a steel iBox coaster, because, I mean, most of the track already is steel, but I don't understand why they didn't just convert it all. I feel like they really want this to be a wooden coaster, but it's just not anymore at all, so just why don't you just go for it? Just make the whole layout smooth. Then this coaster would, I mean, it would make up for the fact that we don't have that incredible uphill launch anymore. Because, I mean, yeah, that launch was truly special for the coaster. I mean, literally, it's iconic. It's what the ride's known for, being the world's first and only launching wooden roller coaster. Obviously, now it isn't anymore because it's steel, but still, I mean, that's iconic, watching it launch up that hill. And it'll still be a great ride. I mean, like, totally, because especially if it's cresting at the same speed as it does now, because, I mean, the layout is spectacular on this ride. Now, I am expecting this coaster to get new trains, because these trains that it has now are especially designed for launches. So I assume they'll probably just get the next generation RMC trains, like Iron Gwazi has, those type of trains. But they could do the trains that, like maybe a version of the trains that we saw with the Wild Moose coaster. I don't know. But at this point, I feel like Dollywood probably just wants to play it safe, and they'll probably just go with the second generation, like swing axle trains or whatever they're called. So yeah, I really do think that this is a good change. However, I will always sorely miss the launch, because that was just such an incredible part of the ride. And I mean, it's just gonna be so strange, honestly, to see a Lightning Rod with a lift hill. Like, really, it's gonna be strange. Now, they say a high-speed lift hill. I'm not sure, like, how high speed this is gonna be, because we know there can be high-speed lift hills, like El Toro and Skyrush and Millennium Force, stuff like that. But those are all cable lift hills. So I'm not really sure. I like some of the B&M, the newer B&M Hypers and Gigas, like Orion and Mako and stuff, their lift hills are actually pretty fast, so I wonder if they're going to do something like that. But yeah, I'm not totally sure. I don't really know a lot to think about this, because I like this change because the layout is still great, and this is going to make it so it's far more reliable, and so it has more capacity, and hopefully quicker operations. But man, that launch is just, it's gonna be sad without it. I hope the ride doesn't feel like a shell of its former self. I really hope that it's still a great ride. Of course, it's dropped so far down in the rankings over the years, but it is still an incredible coaster. And yeah, I really hope people still enjoy it and it doesn't just fade away. But yeah, like I said, I do like this change. I think it was inevitable for Dollywood to do. I just didn't think they'd do it this quick. But I am glad I got to experience it with the launch before they got rid of it. But yeah, guys, in the comments down below, tell me what you think of this change, whether you think it's a good or bad change. And if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.